Stand by. Sure, it finished. Unload. Show.
Oh, ugh, that was bad. What's going on, YouTube? It's Brian, your favorite man bun with a gun. And as you just saw, I was not shooting this particular gun at my last USPSA match. And because of that, I had some problems. Let's get into it. I usually shoot a P320 X5 Legion and with a Defender XL on it and in a Blade Tech holster, actually. Run that in a Blade Tech holster with Blade Tech Pro mag holders. And that's usually my setup. So really easy draw, nice and quick draws to the mags for reloads. But this time I decided I'm gonna shoot my EDC. And my EDC is, just briefly, a tier 1 holster, appendix carry. I run an X5 macro, and it's actually not a traditional X5 macro. It's a traditional 3.1 slide on a X-Macro that's been cut to fit. And then I run 17 round magazines. I do sometimes carry a 21. It just depends on my clothing. So at this particular match, I have not experienced loading a full magazine into a slide forward pistol on this platform. So if you shoot USPSA, you'll know that a lot of the reloads happen in transitionary periods. So if you're shooting in one spot and then you're running to the next, well, that's a really good time to go ahead and do a reload, and then you won't have to worry about slide lock, releasing the slide, and losing precious time. You just get to your next shooting position and start engaging. Well, on the 320, jamming I don't think I have them here. All right, well, I don't have it here on me, but I use 17 round magazines for the 320 with +4 to 5 worn base plates. And I can only get about 4 in there. So I say those are 21 round magazines. And jamming those in here, because I only put 4 and you can fit 5, that magazine has plenty of leeway for me to jam it up there and catch the magazine release. And because of that, I just kind of jam it in. I'm not too forceful. Well, not with this. And as you saw in that particular video, trying to be fast, that was a classifier, and I really fumbled it. But the thing I learned is that if you're jamming a 17 round magazine full into a slide forward P365 X-Macro, you better force that son of a bitch up there. And let's see. So this is a full 17, and just to give you an idea, there it goes. That's pretty forceful. I'm giving that a lot of force. Of course, when you really feed it, you want to give it a jam, and that's what I should have did, was a good forced and then reset my shooting. And I really fumbled that classifier up. Yeah, so that wasn't the only problem that I ran into. Obviously, the snappiness of a shorter barrel and those follow-up shots had a lot of Charlies, and I think maybe 3 or 4 Deltas during the whole shoot. No FTSAs or anything like that, but drawing from appendix was kind of scary. And I made sure that at the match, I spoke with each RO that was in my squad and was like, hey, I've heard of ROs, you know, DQing people for an appendix draw, flagging themselves, breaking the 180 rule, whatever. And a lot of them gave me some pretty good advice. If you're right-handed, you're doing an appendix draw, but you're running left on a start or have to engage left to start, it's just a good practice to straighten your hips before you move or anything. Do your draw and then move. Or, you know, if you really want to run, get there, position yourself, draw, and then engage. But I realized that it was best for me to just draw right from the start and make sure that I was in a good, safe position, and the RO agreed. And then boom, just would do my draw and then engage targets. But had a really good time. I felt like shooting from appendix was a lot more challenging. Getting to my reloads, because they're tucked up against my body instead of just like floating out there, that that proved to be a challenge. I was grabbing clothes and all kinds of stuff on reloads. And, you know, that made me realize that there's no better practice than the pressure of a USPSA match if you're a CCW holder. I couldn't encourage you guys more. If you do carry on a daily basis and you think your skills are up to par, take that shit to a USPSA match and you'll realize how quickly things fall apart with people watching you, a timer, you're trying to get good time and good hits. It's very humbling to realize how bad you are, at least how bad I was. I'm still bad. I'm a B-class shooter. I'm nothing. All right, well, I can't end it on all bad notes. So here's a video of me from that same day after I got warmed up and worked all my kinks out.
Stand by. Finish, unload, shot clear.